Captain America comics. Would Bucky's be another terrible death in the Chamber of Horror, or would Captain America be in time? Captain America contents. Captain America and the Spy Ambush. Whizzing along on a careening motorcycle, Captain America and Bucky didn't dream that when they crashed into the mysterious castle gate, they would be speeding to keep a date with doom. Captain America and the Hotel of Horror. Behind its silent walls, there lurked a menace too gruesome to believe. As Captain America and Bucky crept through the Horror Hotel's eerie corridors, the grim hand of death reached out for them with long, slimy tentacles. Headline Hunter uncovers a sinister scoop. It all started when Headline Hunter, ace foreign correspondent, was sent on an exclusive interview, but he didn't know that a killer was also after that scoop. Captain America and the Phantom Hound. With the whistling wind screaming through the sinister evening air, and the blackness of the night cloaking the actions of a murdering monster, Captain America and Bucky dare to venture forth on Cardiff Moor in search of the grim secret behind the Phantom Hound, which walked like a man. Hurricane, Master of Speed, and the Skyscraper Plot. High upon the steel framework of the new building, men look death in the eye with a smile. But when evil emissaries of a master criminal turn the building's framework into a network of disaster, then Hurricane knew that it was time for him to zoom into action. Father Time and the man who could forecast doom. Who was this mortal who could predict the deaths of other men? What was the startling secret of his occult globe? Those were the questions which Father Time, fighter of evil, had to answer before he too might become a victim of the man who could forecast doom. Captain America. A personal account of his smashing a spy ambush. As narrated to Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Ride a U.S. Army convoy along with Captain America and Bucky, as the precious cargo is doomed for a deadly ambush led by a Satan in satin. But take a deep breath before you turn to Captain America's ride for life on the highway of peril. From the Capitol in Washington, a giant sealed truck roars along a mountain highway, en route to Camp Lehigh. We've covered about half the distance, Steve. Yep, we'll be in camp by sunup. In the cab of the great truck are mascot Bucky Barnes and Private Steve Rogers. What's in this truck anyway? They didn't say. All I got was orders to hurry it through. Suddenly, a frail, female figure staggers weakly into the headlight beams and collapses directly in front of the speeding truck. The massive truck grinds to a screeching stop, and Steve and Bucky dash to the unconscious woman's aid. She's fainted. Run up the hill to that farmhouse and get help. I'm on my way. Oh, where am I? Are you hurt, miss? No, but you soon will be. Crush him, you idiots! We've gotta hurry. 'What's the matter? Can't you take it? Okay, rats. If you want to fight, I'll show you how. Enraged at her henchman's inability to subdue Steve Rogers, the female spy snatches a hand grenade from her purse. Stand clear, you fools. I'll finish him off. Yankee pig. The force of the explosion hurls Steve into the nearby shrubbery, where his form lies, limp and bleeding. Well done, Countess Mara. We hadn't planned on such resistance from one soldier. Now to work. While we confiscate the truck and its secret cargo, I want you to find the boy who ran for help and dispose of him, Franz. A pleasure, Countess Mara. Heil Hitler. As the captured truck and the motorcycle depart, a figure stirs in the roadside brush. One whom the raiders thought they had destroyed. Only a body of tremendous strength could have withstood the grenade blast. Steve Rogers arises as Captain America. Those babies don't know it, but they're in for a very hectic night. Meanwhile, Franz intercepts Bucky on his mercy errand. Ah, there's the brat. Now to take aim. Before the Nazi can open fire, he is swept off his motorcycle, an unconscious heap in the dust, the victim of Captain America's flying shield. Cap! Who is this guy, Cap? Why did he try to kill me? The dirty rat. But I don't understand, Cap. Where are we going? We're going after spies, Bucky. A whole truckload of them. Further down the highway, the captured truck and its Nazi occupants race for their hideout. Look, Countess. In the rear vision mirror, it's Franz on his motorcycle. God in Himmel! That is not Franz! Faster, Dummkopf! The man on that motorcycle is Captain America. They're turning off the highway, across that natural bridge. I wonder if they're heading for that castle-like building. Bucky's hunch is right. The truck speeds into the great structure. Close the gates! They're being followed. The massive wooden gates close in front of Captain America's roaring motorcycle. Hang on tight, Bucky. Look out! They're going to crash the gate. Boy, this crash sure shook me up. Here they come, Bucky lad. Get set for a scuffle. Destroy them. Destroy the Yankee scum. Seemingly overwhelmed by the swarm of Nazi attackers, Cap and Bucky tear viciously into the thick of their opponents, driving them back with their matchless fighting power. Here's the truck, Bucky. Let's get it. Yahoo! Fighting his way to the cab of the truck, Captain America tears open the door. Come on, Bucky. We've won it back. Not yet, Captain America. This truck is mine. Aiming point blank, Countess Mara fires her newly developed gas gun at the famous crime fighters. Why, you... Cap! I can't see. I... Captain America and Bucky are overcome by the gas and sink slowly into unconsciousness. Sometime later. Oh, my head feels like a pounding hammer. I see my guests of honor are awake. What's your game, sister? Why are you so concerned about that truck? That truck contains the only model of America's new rapid-fire grenade gun, and is now the property of my Führer. Think of that when you're roasting in the Dungeon of Fire. Don't kid yourself, babe. We'll be back to teach you a lesson you'll never forget. Nobody can escape the Dungeon of Fire. In with them. The captives are thrown into the fire dungeon as the thick steel door rumbles shut behind them. Suddenly, two spouts of flame shoot from opposite walls of the room. Yo! The room becomes crisscrossed with leaping flame, while Cap painfully burns off his bonds. Easy, Bucky. Hurry, Cap. There's our way out. That ceiling panel. Give it all you got, Bucky. Meanwhile, outside the fire dungeon, Countess Mara gloats with satisfaction. They must be at the peak of their agony. Now flood the entire room with fire. I'll bring their ashes to the Führer. Not so fast, Countess. You're wasting your fire. You Nazi rats have had your fun. Now try my brand of humor. Yahoo! Yahoo! Cap and Bucky hit the Nazis like a broadside from a line of cannons, with the same devastating results. Schultz, get Klaus at once. Those Americans are routing our men. Only Klaus can stop them. In answer to the urgent call comes a lumbering 7-foot mountain of a man. Break those Yankees to bits, Klaus! But Captain America is too enraged to worry about Teutonic giants. Klaus becomes just another hateful obstacle to be smashed down. Out of my way, you big lummox! Lieber God, he has conquered Klaus. The man is mad. He fights with the strength of 100 men. Run for shelter, cowards! I'll meet Captain America with the grenade gun. Countess Mara opens fire on Captain America with the automatic grenade gun. Let's see if you can overcome this, Captain America. The deadly missile rebounds from Cap's shield and ricochets towards the arsenal. Oh, lucky I recovered my shield in time. The rebounding grenade strikes the arsenal filled with munitions and hiding Nazis, who vanish in an earth-shaking blast that tears away half of the castle. My followers, wiped out by my own hand. You have won, Captain America. I only ask not to be tortured before you kill me. I'd be expected to kill a helpless woman if I were a Nazi. But I'm not. Thank heaven. I'm going to let you return to Germany. because rats of your kind don't deserve to be in a free land, even in prison. And you can tell that Austrian paperhanger this. Tell him that our freedom has been threatened before, and we're still around to tackle anyone who thinks he could take it from us now. Hitler and his loot-crazed barbarians will find the farmer of Lexington and Concord still very much alive in the spirit of every modern American. Hotel of Horror. Register of Death. Captain America. A luxury hotel, they called it. But the terrified victims of the hooded horror knew what sinister rites were performed behind its mysterious walls. When Captain America and Bucky became hotel guests, they didn't dream that they were signing a register of death. The mayor of a great American city broadcast a nationwide request. Gotham City is ready for its big defense drive celebration. If Captain America is listening in, I appeal to him to come here in person to help make this program a success. While in Camp Lehigh, Captain America stands as a symbol of our readiness to fight for freedom. I hope he will accept this invitation. Gee, Steve, why don't you accept? We'd have a lot of fun. I don't know if it's wise for Captain America to chance an overdose of publicity. But Steve, we'll still be doing our job for America by helping to sell defense bonds. And we can have a swell time besides. What do you say we go? Maybe you're right, kid. We've got a furlough coming anyway. Whoopee! Gotham City, here we come. That night, a letter is mailed in a nearby town. The next morning, the mayor of Gotham City receives the answer to his broadcast. He's accepted. Captain America has accepted. The afternoon press fairly shouts the glad tidings. Captain America accepts mayor's invitation. Chamber of Commerce preparing huge welcome demonstrations. Crowds jam Railroad Depot, awaiting crime fighters' arrival. Crooks leave city. Meanwhile, on a fast steamliner en route to Gotham City. Keep your eyes peeled, Rastus. Captain America might be on this here train. He's more important than Rochester, ain't he? A huge reception greets the incoming train at the Gotham City terminal. Gotham City Sentinels welcome you. Welcome, Captain America. Yahoo! Welcome, Captain America. Holy mackerel, Steve. What a mob. Well, we asked for it. Let's face it. Oh, yeah, let's. Suddenly, a voice hails them in the empty Pullman car. Psst! Captain America! Welcome to Gotham City, my dear Captain. I'm Charlie Boswell, the mayor's secretary. I'm glad to know you, sir. Same here. The mayor realizes your modest reaction to the crowd outside, so he instructed me to escort you out the back way, where a taxi is waiting to take you to comfortable lodgings. Later, Cap and Bucky are well received in the luxurious Hotel Zaragon. It's an honor to have you here, Captain America. Captain America is taken to his suite on the 13th floor. This is the presidential suite. How do you like it? Kinda big, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. I forgot. There are some telegrams of good wishes at the desk for you. I'll go down and get them, Mr. Secretary. But downstairs, Bucky gets a strange reception. Are there any telegrams for Captain America? Why should that bum be getting telegrams? What kind of talk is that? You just thanked Cap to pieces for coming to this joint. You're making trouble, young man. I'll have you thrown out of here. In response to the ringing of the bell, 3 burly bellhops swamp the startled Bucky. Get him, boys! Surprised by superior numbers, Bucky is heaved out of the hotel on the sidewalk pavement. And stay out, punk. Angered by this strange treatment, Bucky rises and prepares to re-enter the hotel. Why, that bunch of dirty... Here. What goes on, me lad? I came here with Captain America. Ask that tall desk clerk. Come with me, officer. Bucky and the policeman re-enter the lobby to find... Yes? And what can I do for you, gentlemen? What the... They must have switched desk clerks on me. I tell ya, Captain America registered here just 5 minutes ago. Don't see the captain's name signed here, son. Another fast one. They also gave us the presidential suite on the 13th floor. That boy is making fun of us, officer. We have no presidential suite at this hotel. And no 13th floor. Many of our guests are superstitious, so we have the 14th floor next to the 12th. A smart kid, eh? Come along. You're pinched. Give me a last chance, officer. The mayor sent for us. Take me to him. All right then. Come on. The still skeptical policeman takes Bucky to the mayor's office. Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Mayor, but this kid insists. Yes, Your Honor. I came with Captain America. Your secretary met us. He said... But there must be some mistake. You see, my secretary is scarcely a he. Miss Wallace was delegated to meet Captain America, but he never showed up. Wow! What a frame-up! But where in thunder is Cap? Meanwhile, Captain America paces back and forth in the presidential suite. I wonder what's keeping Bucky so long. Worried by Bucky's delay, Captain America decides to find him, but as he opens the door... Here he is, boys! Grab him! Keep him busy, boys. I'll soon stop his swinging fists. Let's see you get out of that, Captain America! Enmeshed by the ever-tightening net, Captain America struggles vainly to free himself. Why, what the... That's it. Bind him tight, boys. He's a tough customer. Well, if it isn't the mayor's secretary. I'm nobody's secretary. Just call me Netman. My leader across the ocean sent me here to deal with you. It was much simpler trapping you than I thought. You see, we used two groups of hotel employees, faked the 13th floor, and had a substitute register. No one will ever find you. Captain America is picked up bodily and tossed down a laundry chute as his captors follow. In an underground room beneath the hotel, the Netman surveys his captive and speaks to him once more. You know, Captain America, our organization can use a man of your type, if you'll swear loyalty to us. You're wasting your breath, Netman. Do your worst. It won't help you any. All right then. You shall serve another purpose. Take him away, one of you, and prepare him for target practice. What? You're the desk clerk. Keep that trap shut and come on. Meanwhile, Bucky has been confined to a cell in a nearby jail, as his mind races with thoughts of escape. What a mess. Here I am in jail, with Cap probably caught in a trap by the rats who framed all this. How I envy that horse, being outside and... Say, that gives me an idea. Reaching out as far as he can, Bucky grasps a chain attached to the wagon. If I can hook this chain onto these bars... Get up, Dobbin! Get up! Escaping from his now barless window, Bucky leaps to the driver's seat of the wagon and tears down the darkened streets to the Zaragon Hotel. Step on it, Seabiscuit. We've got to rescue Cap. Arriving at the hotel, Bucky spies a lone bellhop standing near the rear entrance. That's one of the rats who ganged me. Hey! What? Come here, pal. Let's talk. Dragging the startled bellhop into an alley, Bucky softens him up before quizzing him as to Captain America's whereabouts. That's for giving me the bum's rush. Are you gonna talk? Or do I have to? Okay, I'll talk. The vanquished bellhop reveals the trap laid for Captain America. So this Netman is responsible for the whole frame-up. Yes. His headquarters are in the basement. Crawl out of the rest of those duds, but fast. Now to give Mr. Netman some real snappy service. So long, rat. Posing as a bellhop, Bucky enters the Zaragon Hotel and takes his place with the other boys. The fat little desk clerk rings for a bellhop after a new guest has just registered. Front. Bucky hurriedly answers the call. Hey, you! You're not one of our bellhops. No, but you've seen me before. There must be a trapdoor in back here to make those quick changes of clerks. So you want to see trapdoors, eh? Very well then. Hey! Happy landings, brat! Bucky plunges down the chute that leads to the underground pen. Well, another guest. We can use him for target practice too. I didn't count on your being so troublesome, young fellow. However, I'm glad you came. You don't know how troublesome I'm going to be, Netman. You shall await your turn to die. It seems your friend, Captain America, was here before you. But come, let me show my skill in knife throwing. At the Netman's curt command, a huge door slides back, revealing a struggling human figure, enmeshed in the folds of a net. Wait! Stop! Don't! Ha ha ha! Listen to him whine. The protests of the helpless victim become agonizing screams as a white, hot dagger thuds mercilessly into his sagging body. Ah! More of the fiery knives find their human target, who twitches in agony and then lies still in death. The Netman turns to one of his henchmen and laughingly offers him a flaming dagger. Here, it's your turn. He may not be dead yet. You bet it's my turn now. The Netman and his murderous crew stare dumbfounded as Captain America emerges from the gangster's robes. Cap takes advantage of the pause and darts towards Bucky. It was a bad mistake leaving only one man to guard me. Back, you swine! Yahoo! I'm free. Now to get my hands on the Netman. Look out, Bucky! He's up to something. The Netman moves to block the crime fighters. He overturns the white-hot contents of the brazier, which sets the rotting timbers about them aflame. Try getting through this, you little worm! You birds here again? Meanwhile, Captain America hurls the attacking henchman from him. The gangster's flying body collides with his fellow mobster, sending them both sprawling into the flames. The two mobsters become blazing humans. They rush madly about, setting everything ablaze with their burning garments. Fire engines soon arrive upon the scene, as the flames eat their way through the Hotel Zaragon. The mayor of Gotham City is always on hand during a big fire. The crowd gasps as three flame-scorched figures burst into the open and stagger toward the mayor. Captain America! Mayor, here's a fifth columnist who used your celebration as a trap to kill me. Lock him up, and let's continue with our program. With the Netman and his gang behind bars, Captain America and Bucky are given a great reception by the populace of Gotham City. Fellow Americans, we have a hard battle to win. Every day, the menace across the sea draws closer and closer. When the big showdown comes, our enemies will find us ready and prepared. So chins up and keep them flying. Buy a U.S. defense bond. Yahoo! Welcome Captain America and Bucky. Headline Hunter. Story by Stan Lee. Headline Hunter, ace foreign correspondent, was determined to allow no one to cheat him of a story. However, another reporter almost succeeded in getting the best of headline, not realizing that doors have ears. But read on and discover what happens when Headline Hunter battles for a scoop. Our story opens in the London office of the Affiliated Press, where Headline Hunter and his editor are having a serious talk. Headline: Reginald Whitney has returned from Moscow and is going to give one reporter an exclusive interview about his mission. I know, Chief. And you've managed to get that interview for me, eh? Here is the pass which Whitney has given me. This will permit you to enter his hotel and see him. I'm on my way, Chief. Oh boy, an exclusive interview. Hot dog. But jealous, unfriendly eyes follow Headline as Will Jenks, a rival reporter, trails him. There goes the great Headline Hunter to get an exclusive interview, eh? We'll see about that. Barclay Hotel, please. Aha! So that's where Reginald Whitney is staying. Overhearing Headline's destination, Jenks follows suit. Barclay Hotel. And there's an extra £1 for you if you get there in 5 minutes. Here you are, Governor. That's great. Wait here. Jenks reaches the hotel ahead of Headline. Inside the hotel. I'm sorry, sir. You cannot see Mr. Whitney without a pass. I need a pass, eh? I see. Thanks. As Headline enters the hotel, he doesn't notice Jenks lurking in a corridor. Here we are. And now for Reginald Whitney. Jenks attacks the foreign correspondent from behind. Take this, Hunter! Ah! Here's the pass. Here's the pass you asked for. Now, may I see Mr. Whitney? Certainly, sir. Boy, show this gentleman to Mr. Whitney's room. Moments later, Headline regains consciousness and finds his pass gone. Wow, what hit me? My pass, it's gone. But that's not going to stop me from seeing Whitney and getting that interview. Headline comes to a bellboy's wardrobe. Here's a bellboy's uniform. Just the thing I need. This is gonna be fun. Putting on the bellboy's uniform, Headline goes to Whitney's room. Meanwhile, inside the room. Well, sir, I hardly know where to begin. The reason I wanted to give one reporter an exclusive interview is because what I have to say is so important that I want someone I can trust. Hey, quite so, sir. And now, here's what I have to say. Oh, excuse me. There's the bell. Pardon me, Governor. I'm here to dust your room. Well, I'm busy now. You can dust the room in there, though. And now, here is what I have to say. Inside the other room, the bellboy begins to take notes. First, I'll copy the interview. Then, I'll take care of that other guy later. A few minutes later, the interview draws to a close. And so you see, as soon as you publish this story, It will be pretty bad for Germany. Huh. I see. Suddenly, Jenks pulls out a revolver and points it at Whitney. I'm sorry, Mr. Whitney, but I'm afraid that I cannot allow you to live. What do you mean? Is this a joke of some sort? A startling confession. It is no joke. I am Wilhelm van Loger, special agent for the Führer's Gestapo. It is my duty to see that the world never learns of your message. And now, Whitney. Oh, no, you don't. But unexpected aid appears. Intruder, take this. Try again, Wilhelm. Pose as an English newspaper man, will ya? This is because I don't like Gestapo agents. And this is because I don't like to be deprived of a scoop. This fella stole my pass, Mr. Whitney. I was supposed to get that interview. But that's okay, 'cause I got it anyway. My word. A few minutes later, the reporter is back with his story. Good work, headline. Did you have any trouble? Me, boss? Don't be silly. Number 382-F. Captain America's choice for the spine chiller of the month, taken from his own personal files. These 5 people are marked for death by a phantom 4-footed killer. Can Captain America and Bucky save them? Captain America, the Phantom Hound of Cardiff Moor. Captain America and Bucky roam the bleak, windswept moors on the trail of the dog who walks like a man. A lone figure hurriedly makes his way across the graveyard-like terrain of Cardiff Moor. Suddenly, across the lonely moor, drifts the eerie baying of a hound. The man breaks into a panic-stricken run. Behind him, the padding sounds of the ghost hound's feet grow louder, draw nearer. Help! Screams of agony and blood-chilling snarls rent the night as the hound overtakes his prey. The man's cries cease, and the eerie howl of the ghost dog announces another death on Cardiff Moor. Meanwhile, at Camp Lehigh, Private Steve Rogers is being taught the error of his ways by Sergeant Thaddeus Duffy. Up to your old tricks again, eh? I'll teach you to put pepper in me sugar cup. But, honest, Sarge, it wasn't me. Now start marching in that direction. And don't you dare stop marching until I tell you to stop. Understand? Just then, Sergeant Duffy sees Betty Ross near his tulip garden. Hello there, Betty. These are my prized tulips, Miss Ross. I've watched them grow for months. I was admiring them. They're beautiful. Oops. But Sarge, you told me to keep marching. I couldn't stop. A few minutes later, the guardhouse receives a new occupant. Holy mackerel, Steve. Are you in again? Haha, it sure looks that way, doesn't it? Suddenly, a torn and tattered figure staggers exhausted into camp. Help! I... I... What? Easy there. Steady. Who are you? What happened? It's the Hound. The Hound of Cardiff Moor. He's killed another man. You must help us. The army must help us. Come now. You're exhausted. I'm sure your police department will take care of everything. Gee, Steve. Did you hear that? The Hound of Cardiff Moor. Yes, Bucky. I heard. And it looks like we're going to have some work to do tonight. Keeping watchful eyes on the sentry outside his cell, Steve proceeds to pick the lock on his cell door. A few minutes later, unnoticed by the sentry, a famous figure in blue slips quietly out of the cell. That night, Captain America and Bucky streak toward Cardiff Moor, determined to hunt down the four-footed terror. Meanwhile, in an old house on the bleak, foggy moors. There now, my dear girl. Don't be afraid. You're safe here. Nonsense, child. Why should that dog be after you? You're just overwrought. Oh, Mr. Murdoch, you're the only friend I have. Outside on the barren moor, a huge, glistening form eyes the lonely house. At that moment, Cap and Bucky arrive on the scene. Look, Bucky. Gosh, Cap, that must be the Hound. Without a second thought, the two mighty crime fighters charge. Yahoo! Yahoo! But a long, low whistle echoes through the night air, reaching the sensitive ears of the great beast, who turns and sunks away. Captain America and Bucky find no trace of the brute when they reach the spot where they last saw him. Golly, Cap, he's gone. Just as though the earth swallowed him up. There's a house down there. Let's see who lives there. The occupants of the lonely house start with fright as Cap and Bucky enter. Oh! Please, don't be afraid. We're here to help you. How do we know? Who are you? Why, this is Captain America, and I'm Bucky. You must have heard of us. I suppose you can be trusted. Now, what's the story behind this man-killing hound? You want to hear the story, eh? Well, it's a strange story. A weird story. The recent killings almost make it appear true. Folks say that years ago, Cardiff Moor was owned by a rich family. Their most prized possession were their beautiful mansion and a huge, magnificent hound. Then, difficult times befell the family, draining their funds. The family was finally forced out of the mansion and off the estate. The angry master then made a terrible vow. So you're putting us out of our home, are you? If we can't live here, no one can. My dog shall destroy all those who dare live at Cardiff Manor. And so, for many years, the ghost of the great hound has roamed the Cardiff moors, striking terror and death throughout the community. It isn't a very pleasant story, is it? The first part of the story sounds plausible enough, but I think there's a missing angle to this ghost dog business, and I intend to find it. Suddenly, a cry for help echoes from outside. Help! What the? Help! The ghost hound is after us! Rushing out of the house, Captain America throws his shield at the giant hound, who has almost caught up with his intended victims. This trick always stops him. The phantom beast howls in pain and retreats across the moor. Too late. He got away again. The frightened newcomers hurriedly enter Murdoch's house. You saved our lives, stranger. Why, he's no stranger. He's Captain America, and this is Bucky. May I introduce the other residents of Cardiff Moor? Senor Ramos, a writer, Miss Prim, a retired school teacher, and Dr. Amos Willard. How stupid of me. This is Mary Scott, another of my neighbors. Ramos suddenly erupts in an outburst of uncontrolled emotion. I can't stand it any longer. I'm going to leave this cursed moor forever. He's right. Let's all leave, before that monster kills us all. Well, Bucky and I are going after that dog. And when we get back, whatever is behind this ghost business will be cleared up. At that instant, the lights suddenly go out, blanketing the room in total darkness. Who put the lights out? The hound. He's after us. Captain America stumbles for the light switch and quickly snaps on the light as Bucky makes a startling discovery. Stay where you are, everybody. Cap, look. I found this note on the table. Death to those who dare to remain on the moor tonight. The hound swears it. This note might have been thrown through an open window from the outside, or else it was written by someone in this room. You see, I've never seen a hound that could write, not even a ghost hound. Determined to track down the phantom beast, Cap and Bucky leave the house and head across the moors. What bravery! What courage! By heavens, I'm not going to stand by to let them face that hound alone. I'm going too. We're all going along. Good. We've got no time to lose. Then I suggest we separate. If one of us sees the hound, he will shout an alarm. But one of the searchers has a more evil plan. Reaching a hidden cave, the sinister one dons a dog-like costume. Ha ha ha! Let the fools search. I'll pick them off, one by one. It is time for the hound to prowl. Blood will spill on Cardiff Moor tonight. Meanwhile, Captain America and Bucky continue their relentless search. Still no trace of him, Cap. Not even tracks. Suddenly, an eerie, blood-chilling howl echoes in the wind that sweeps across the lonely moors. Cap, did you hear that? The hound. He's prowling the moors. Help! Help! That sounds like Ramos. Holy smokes! The hound's got him! As Cap passes under a nearby tree, a horrible, lurking form swings down from the twisted branches and leaps on Captain America. Hey! What? Ow! Bucky rushes to the aid of his pal. Blackjack Cap, will you? Quickly scooping up a handful of mud, the disguised killer hurls it squarely in the boy's face. Insolent pup! You can't pit yourself against me! Ugh! Ugh! Captain America is coming too. I'd better finish off Ramos. Soon after, the moors rock with the thrashing of bodies, mingled with the snarling of a man-killing beast and the death cries of its human victim. Ah! Ah! Help! Ah! And so, Miguel Ramos, the writer, meets a horrible end. Good work, my faithful hound. Come now. There is more work to be done before this night is over. Meanwhile, Cap and Bucky come upon the torn and mutilated body of Ramos. Ah, how horrible. Look, tracks. Bucky, I'm going to track down that killer, if it's the last thing I do. We're on his trail now, Cap. Nearby on the moor, Mary Scott fearfully searches for signs of the Great Hound. I hope Captain America catches the beast. I'm frightened here alone. Padded footfalls behind the girl give her the first warning of impending danger. Help! While nearby, good lord, the hound's after Mary Scott. Captain America and Bucky arrive just as the hound leaps. Cap tackles the hound before he can reach his intended victim. Man and beast become locked in a terrible, ferocious battle to the death. Cap! Look out! He's going to... The brute's fangs sink deeper into Cap's pain-racked arm as the crime fighter tries to pry him loose. Rolling over on the hound, Captain America breaks the brute's neck with his powerful arms. Cap! Cap! Are you alright? Yep. Well, he's done for. He'll never harm anyone again. This hound's covered with luminous paint. No wonder he looked like a ghost dog. And now, I'm going to find the party who did that paint job. You won't have to look far, Captain. A man in dog's clothing, eh? Drop that gun! The desperate fiend wrenches free of Captain America. I get it now. Those artificial claws. It was you who did the killing, while your hound frightened your victims. The disguised killer slashes at Captain America with the cold steel of his artificial claws. Very clever, my dear Captain. You dirty maniac! Cardiff Moor is mine. It belonged to my family. and now it belongs to me. So the truth is slowly coming out, eh? Yes. When I'm done with you, Cardiff Moore shall be mine again. Once more, Captain America narrowly avoids the raking claws. Angered by the madman's attack, Captain America delivers his earth-shaking sleeper punch. Now to clear up this mystery and get back to camp. My arm's beginning to hurt. Rushing to Captain America's side, Bucky unmasks the still form of the killer. Mary Scott gasps as the madman's identity is revealed. Oh! Just who I thought it would be. It's Mr. Murdock. Yes, it's the gentle Mr. Murdock, the little boy of the story, whose family once owned Cardiff Moor, and who began a campaign of terror to regain it. Murdock kept the Hound locked in the house. It was he who turned out the lights and left the note when he saw me notice a bone on the floor. Escorting the girl back to her home, Captain America and Bucky take their leave of Cardiff Moor. Goodbye, Miss Scott. You can tell your neighbors that Cardiff Moor is free of danger. Thank you, Captain. We all owe you so much. Come on, Bucky. It's almost sunup. The next day, Private Steve Rogers visits Camp Lehigh's medical station. Just a scuffle with a mad dog, Doc. Mad dogs are bad company. That bite might have caused the loss of your arm. He was bad company, Doc. But I sorta broke off our friendship last night. Hurricane. Destruction and sudden death dogged the footsteps of the men who dared to build the skyscraper. But when Hurricane and Speedy Scriggles entered the picture, the tables were turned upon murder. Our story opens in the office of Lionel Van Devanter, multi-millionaire, who is about to award a contract to a construction firm. I have made my decision. I will have Bill Slade's company build my skyscraper. But I thought my company would get the contract. Sorry, Grant. Slade has promised to have the building ready in 3 months. Yes, sir. And I will, too. Or else he'll have to forfeit the contract and go out of business. The next day, Van Devanter pays Slade a visit. I see you have already started work, Slade. Yes, sir. The Star Construction Company wastes no time. While high above the ground, this building is sure going up fast. Yep. Slade promised us a bonus if it's finished in 3 months. Look at the fool working. I'll put a stop to that. The worker turns to find a sinister figure. Quit your job. Quit or else. What? Try to stir up trouble here, will you? As the thug falls, he reaches for a steel bar. Fool, you'll pay for that. Take this. Ah! Ow! The wounded man falls to almost certain doom. But at that moment, 2 passers-by look up, and... Hurricane, look! Hey, wait for me! Be careful, boss! No time for that now, Speedy. Boy, Hurricane jumped right over this. I bet I can do... Ah, why can't I ever be like Hurricane? In the meantime, Hurricane, the master of speed, swings up toward the falling workman. Got you! Gosh, you saved him, boss. Yes, but there's something funny about this, Speedy. We'll have to look into it. Our scene changes to a nearby office, where a strange meeting is in progress. You messed up once, Grant. You mustn't let it happen again. Don't worry, Chief. We'll really go to work tonight. That evening, the building watchman is overpowered. Hurry up, you guys. We ain't got all year. Haha. Those fools are going to get some surprise tomorrow morning. The next morning, the men go back to work, little dreaming the damage that has been done to the building. We find two familiar figures among the workmen. Why do we have to work on this building, boss? I smell trouble, Speedy, and I don't want to miss it. As Hurricane tosses rivets at Speedy, the cable supporting Speedy's girder begins to weaken. Here you are, pal. Catch. Due to the shaking of the loose girder, Speedy misses one of the red-hot rivets. Golly, it's gonna fall on that guy below. In a flash, the Master of Speed goes into action. I've got to catch that rivet. Moving his arms so rapidly that it creates a great wind, Hurricane cools the rivet and then catches it in the nick of time. Ha! Got you. Suddenly, the cable, weakened by the thugs the night before, snaps, and the steel girder falls as Speedy leaps onto the building framework. Uh-oh, more trouble. Seizing a cable, Hurricane tosses it like a lasso, and snares the girder in midair, saving the lives of the people beneath. While down below... Quick! Weaken the foundation now, and the whole building will collapse. Right, boss. But the thugs are seen by Speedy. Gosh, those guys are loosening the foundation. Oh, no you don't. Speedy Scriggles to the rescue. Try to stop us, will you? Try a taste of this torch. Suddenly, look out. You might get burned. The Master of Speed takes over. Hurricane spins out of the way as the thug hits his own man. Ta-ta! Mustn't hurt your friend. What the? I'm seeing things. Have a massage on me, boys. Oh, what did I do to deserve this? Look out, boys. I'll make it hot for this fast guy. That's what you think. Yow! Blitzkrieg! Haha. In the meantime, the masked leader attempts a getaway. But he doesn't see the roly-poly crime fighter pursuing him. Going somewhere, bud? Oops. So sorry. Good work, Speedy. Why look, it's Lionel Van Devanter. Yup. And now he's going to do some fast talking. Or get his ears pulled off. Hey, boss. Ow! My ears! I'll talk. I was behind all the trouble. I'm the secret owner of the Gem Construction Company. I wanted to put the Star Company out of business, so I'd have no competition. Weeks later. Well, there it is. All finished. Thanks to Hurricane and his little friend, wherever they may be. Haha. Yes, wherever they may be. Another Hurricane and Speedy adventure in next month's Captain America comics. Father Time. Beware of the man who could forecast doom. He could predict a death which had not yet occurred. Who was this strange being who dared to meddle with the mysteries of life and death? Can Father Time solve the grim riddle of the man who could forecast doom? Our story opens at the home of U.S. Army General Peters. Dear, you simply must come with me to see Yogi Zamor. I hear he's just wonderful. You know I don't believe in fortune tellers. But if you want me to go, I'll go. The general and his wife arrive at the Yogi's house. Here we are, dear. Isn't it just too thrilling? It looks like an ordinary shack to me. But let's go anyway. The visitors are welcomed by Yogi Zamor, reader of fortune. Welcome to my humble home, my friends. Come, let us begin the rites of the future. Please, be seated and remain silent while I look into the crystal ball. The ball shows me many things. Many things. General Peters will die tomorrow at 8 p.m. And it's too horrible. I cannot go on. John Peters and his wife take their leave. Oh, John, I'm frightened. Do you think... Nonsense, my dear. You don't believe in that sort of thing, do you? The next day, General Peters receives a package. General Peters, I was asked to deliver this. Thank you. The general opens the package and finds a gift. An expensive clock. Well, a clock sent to me by an admirer. How thoughtful. Later, Mrs. Peters leaves to make a visit, and the general sits reading a book, all but forgetting the yogi's warning. A warning of death at 8. At last, the fateful moment occurs. Later that night, a silent, hooded figure prowling through the dark hears, "Help! Help!" What was that? The famous fighter of crime springs into galvanized action. Once again must I heed a cry of distress. You cried for help. What happened? Why, Father Time, it It's my husband. He's dead. Dead. Just like Yogi Zamor predicted. You see, my husband and I went to Yogi Zamor yesterday, and he predicted that the general would die tonight at 8. And this clock has stopped at 8 o'clock also. A remarkable coincidence. There are no marks or anything. It's as though his heart just stopped beating. But unseen by Father Time, a sinister figure enters the room. Uh-oh, what's this? Meddler, take this! Wheeling about just in time to dodge the murderous blow, Father Time counters with a haymaker of his own. No, bud. You take this. Now, brother, talk, and fast. Who sent you here? Don't cut me with this blade. I'll talk. It was... Ah! Like a white-cloaked tornado, Father Time races in pursuit of the murderer. I've got to catch that killer. That's strange. There's no one here. He's made his getaway. In the days which followed, many deaths occurred, and in every case, the clock stopped at the very moment of death. Generals, statesmen, financiers were being terrified by the spread of disaster in their ranks. Could nothing stop the mysterious deaths? Days later, we find Father Time prowling the city on a never-ending search for the cause of the deaths. In the case of each death, the clock has stopped at the moment of the death. But something else has also occurred, which is very strange. In each case, Yogi Zamor has predicted the death and the exact time it will occur. I think I'll pay Yogi a visit, as Larry Scott. Father Time changes into his everyday clothes, and once again is Larry Scott, idle young man. Larry prepares to pay Yogi Zamor a visit. This is the place. Well, here goes. My name's Larry Scott. I heard you were a fortune teller, and so... No, I am not a fortune teller, my boy. I am a reader of the future. Sit down. Ha! I see a pleasant life for you, young man. Yes, you shall live to be old and happy. This isn't what I expected. I'll have to try a trick. Larry lies to the yogi. Ha! I'm happy. You see, I was just appointed ambassador to Algoslavia, and I'm glad to hear that things will turn out all right. Ambassador? Wait, there is more in the crystal ball. I must read the message. Oh, this is too bad. My first reading was wrong. Now, the crystal says that you will die at midnight tomorrow night. Aha! Just as I thought. The next evening. The maid says that someone delivered this clock here a few hours ago. Things are adding up. Once again, Larry Scott becomes Father Time, adventurer of evil. Now I shall visit Yogi Zamor, for the last time, as Father Time. Using his scythe as a vaulting pole, Father Time breaks into Yogi Zamor's house. Good evening, Yogi. I thought I'd pay you a visit. What? Father Time? What do you want with me? Have done nothing. I have come to bring you to justice for the murders you have committed. Father Time exposes the fake Yogi. You killed them by putting tiny gas pellets in the clock which you sent them. When the hands of the clock reached a certain hour, they hit the pellets and let out the gas, killing whoever was near. You are very clever, Father Time. Very clever. I have looked up your record, Yogi. You are really Kurt Hausner, Nazi agent. You plan to kill off all members of the U.S. armed and diplomatic forces in order to terrorize our nation. The Yogi seizes one of the poison gas pellets. If you come one step closer, I'll drop this pellet and we both will die. Haha. The maddened Yogi drops the deadly pellet. Very well, fool. Then we will die. For the fatherland, we die. Didn't the Yogi know that I could cover my face with my cloak and protect myself? Well, he's too far gone to be saved now. Perhaps it's just as well. Air. Having crushed the terrible power of the man who could forecast doom, Father Time fades away into the all-concealing night.